Okay. Ready?
My eyes are hurting.
It's like we haven't done this in a long time. What is up, everybody? We are back at it again. Okay, so for today's video, I told my cousin earlier that I came up with this theory on why people don't like to be alone, or why they're scared to be alone. So I'm gonna explain to her, and then she's gonna let me know if she agrees. You guys can let me know if you agree, and then she'll give me input if she has any, or if she has any other theories on why people don't like being alone either.
We're sipping a little michelada, so maybe grab yourself a little brewski, grab a little drinky drink, water if you don't drink, whatever it is.
Start at the beginning.
The
reason why I started thinking about this is because of my work. So I'm a receptionist and I sit at the front by myself. So I'm alone most of the time. And then I started to think like, okay, about my other jobs where I was around people all the time. And I'm like, okay, maybe like I should have a job where I'm like that again. But I'm like, no, just because I just hate every job that I fucking have. So I'm like, that's not the answer. But anyway, I had wrote on the computer, it was called Silence and Solitude. And I wrote that the reason why I didn't like silence and solitude at first was because it left me with my own thoughts. It left me to deal with my own mind. And then I realized how loud my mind could be. And it wasn't that I didn't like silence. It wasn't that I didn't like being by myself. I just didn't like the thoughts that I had during those times. And so I thought like the answer was, oh, well, I just need to be around people. Oh, I just need to be on my phone. I need to distract myself. I need to watch a movie. I need to listen to music. I need to be cleaning the house, like whatever it is. So that for me is like running away from your thoughts. It's distracting yourself from your thoughts rather than saying, okay, well, what am I spending most of my day thinking about? And most of the time, it's just like your fears, your worries. It's holding on to situations that have happened in the past. It's trying to, you're playing these situations in your mind. You want something to turn out this way, and it didn't happen like that. Or you're just constantly just in a negative headspace. And for me, that's just how it was. So the answer wasn't, okay, well, let me not think about this and let me watch a movie. It was, okay, well, let me change what I'm thinking about. Let me learn how to be in silence and solitude without thinking it in a negative way. Because silence and solitude, that's not my enemy. It's not that I hated that. I just hated the thoughts that I have. Because if you notice that that's where your mind is at, well, you can distract yourself all you want, but your mind is still going to be in that place.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, exactly. So what it is that I felt like you have to do is just to switch it around. And instead of spending your time thinking about, oh, how am I going to make money, or what's going to happen with my job, or am I going to be able to take care of myself, it's just letting go of all that, letting go of all your fears, letting go of all your doubt, getting yourself to think more positively. And it is hard because I've been trying to do that. And there's days when I just get knocked off of that, or I don't care about it. I'm just like, well, like, F it, things happen the way they happen. And it doesn't matter what kind of mind state I'm in. People will treat me, they want to treat me. It doesn't matter. I can be thinking all the good things I want, but there can still be outside sources that are going to be bad, that affect me. But that's one thing that you have to learn too, is that of course things are always going to try to knock you down, but you just have to learn not even how to ignore it, but just how to handle it.
Right.
So the goal is to learn how to control your mind. That way you're always in that mindset, whether you're with people or whether you're alone. But I think just being alone shows you exactly where your mind is at, where your head is at, what kind of state you're in. Is it negative or is it positive? And I think that's why people don't like being alone, because they're forced to deal with looking at themselves.
Yeah.
And they don't want to.
Yeah. And that's crazy because I don't know if you ever downloaded that app, Headspace.
Yeah.
That's what that no promo, but it should be. That's what that app, like, because, you know, I don't know if you still have it, it sends you notifs all day.
Yeah.
And it is constantly saying, like, you know, like meditation. It's about learning how to control your mind and learning how to control your thoughts and learning this. And I always look at them and I'm like, no, dude, that's totally right. Like, that's 100% what I need to do. Because I just said it earlier. I was like, yeah, I don't like being alone. I don't like silence. Because that's exactly what it is I think of all the traumatic shit that I've been through, and I instantly go crazy, and I can't, my mind, it's like, once I'm in that state, there's no getting out. Like, the rest of my day's ruined.
Just fucking...
What's messed up is I take it out on the closest person to me, and they might not even have anything to do with it. You know what I mean? No, that's definitely 100% what it is. And it makes sense because you think about the people that constantly, for instance, maybe love going to parties or love going to clubs and this and always hitting people up. And if you take a step back and kind of analyze that person and look at that person probably has some type of issue that they're running away from, and they just constantly needs to be drunk, needs to be high, needs to be distracted, so that they don't face reality. And it's not even, facing reality. It's like you just said,
You're facing yourself.
It's facing yourself, and it's learning how to control it. And that's the crazy thing, is we literally control everything. Your everything. Thoughts, happiness, anything. It's all you. It's all you. Maybe we haven't been through as crazy things as other people have, so people might look and say, oh, well, you haven't, you haven't dealt with this, you haven't seen that. But everyone goes through their own things on different levels. I go through different stuff, she goes through different stuff. It's completely different, but at the end of the day, we're hurting, our minds are going crazy, we're this and that. But to save your own self and to stay sane, you have to control it. You have to realize it, and you have to separate negative, positive. And as soon as your mind just starts to wander and think these negative things, you have to
bring yourself back.
You have to really realize it. Once you realize it, it'll be easier for you to bring yourself back and be like, all right, no, I'm not gonna ruin another day. It's fucking crazy. We're getting old. We're getting old.
No,
we're realizing
old.
things.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like,
we're just thinking,
we're growing older, and we're realizing things more.
And we're trying to learn how to handle them in a way that's not going to change it in a day, but that's going to change it for a lifetime.
Right. And you know what's nuts? And this was happened 5 months ago maybe. We both were kind of going through different things, completely different things, and both of us felt so alone, right? We were saying that. I felt so alone. I felt like no one was going through what I was going through. No, I felt like no one would understand. No one would tell me what I wanted to hear. And yet we both were feeling this way. And it's like, we need to not be afraid to talk about these things, or to whether she understands it or I don't understand it, it doesn't matter. But for your own,
sometimes
sanity,
you don't talk for people to understand, but you talk for them just to listen.
Just to get it out, express it,
and for them just to be there for you.
Dude, definitely mental health, honestly, to me, is number one over like my body health. Like,
it is
100%, like, my mind,
because
it's got to be right.
Because what gets people to get up and go to the gym and go for the walk, or just fucking go in the backyard and do their own little routine, first it's up here. Because for me, I want to work. I want to work out. Yeah, I want to have a nice ass body, but as soon as that time comes, or as soon as I have time to actually do it, I'm just like, nah. Like, up here, I'm like, no. Like, I'd rather do this, I'd rather do that, or I'm
Right.
just too lazy.
Right.
But all it takes is for me just to literally get up and go do it.
Yep.
That's not much of a challenge, but we make it a challenge up here for some reason. I don't know why.
I looked at the time and it was 11:11.
That's crazy. But yeah, so that was my theory on why I think people don't like to be alone. They don't like to be by themselves. And it's just because you're forced to face the kind of person that you are.
Yeah. The
You're
problems you have.
Yeah, the problems that
or
you have, and
the past.
exactly.
Everything.
And most of it, yeah, and most of it, you're just living. You're living in the past. You're living in your
Exactly.
fears, your uncertainties, your doubts. You're living in all of this, and the more that you're alone, the more you're gonna see just how often your mind is in this place. And for me, that's what it came down to. I saw how much my mind was in those negative spaces, and I got tired of it. I was like, oh my gosh,
It's
like
tiring.
again?
It's exhausting.
Yeah, I was just like, why do I keep thinking about this? Like, just knock it off already.
And you know what's nuts is you get to a point where, well, why do I keep thinking about this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it because what I'm thinking is true? You know what I'm saying? Is it because what I'm
Yeah.
thinking is it because what I'm doing is not right? Is it because I need to be on it? I mean, literally your mind plays
take
so
you-
many tricks on you.
Mhm.
And yeah, exactly. Will take you places, and it's mind blowing. It's crazy. It
Mhm.
really is. It's nuts, and you really have to. I mean, you know, we can't speak for everybody, but you have to really just find yourself and find that space, that time, that moment where you can. I know everybody doesn't meditate. I don't meditate all the time, but try something, you know, to help you balance your mind. Try something to help you get through those moments. Whatever it is. Maybe not drugs and alcohol. But you know,
No.
something healthy, something good. And not something to distract your mind, but like I'm saying, like to help yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe try to think of what you're thinking negative, try to think of it in a positive way. You know what I mean? Like, take what you're thinking negative, whatever it is, and think, well, you know what? Maybe I needed to go through this because of this. Or, you know, just, you literally have to talk to yourself. It sounds crazy, but you have to.
And you have to learn how to just let go. And these are things that I know, but I'm not saying these are things that I do, because I'm human and I fall victim to
Yeah, no, like, we're not
sorry for myself
we're
and
not
just sinking
experts here.
myself in a hole where, yeah, there's like today, just earlier, like half of my day I was just in a funk, like, and I get there's those times, like, you know, that, like, I know that I shouldn't be thinking about bad experiences, bad situations,
Yeah.
bad people. I know that I shouldn't do that,
You know.
but I do. So sometimes you know better, but you know better up here, but your emotions will just allow you to wallow in all of that. And sometimes you're like, I'll think, okay, just like, I don't want it to be controversial, but I'll just say God.
I was thinking the
It's
same
just
thing.
like, dang, like, I don't know
I
if
was-
I should even say
No,
this.
no, because it's real.
Sometimes it's like, all right, why the heck should I believe in God, right? He lets people do everything that they want anyway, right? So it doesn't matter if I believe in him or not. People are going to treat me the way that they treat me.
Yeah.
Me believing in him doesn't make everybody in my life good, doesn't make everything in my life good. So sometimes I'll get frustrated like that. Like, why should I believe in you? Because things happen the way they happen anyway.
Right.
People will still fuck me over. People will still lie to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just about,
But I think
it's not about,
and that right there, that's the devil talking. That, you know,
Yeah.
that's evil talking. That's that
Mhm.
that bad sign going, yeah, what's he doing? But
yeah.
honestly, for me, like, because I think the same things. I think why am I even believing? Why am I
Yeah.
even trying? But I take a step back and I look around me and I go, you know what? God is everywhere.
Exactly.
He's everywhere. We have beautiful babies in our families. You know, I have a car to get me places. I have a job. We have, you know, we live in homes. Like, God is everywhere.
Yeah.
And we know that for a fact. You know, there's blessings everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, not to get religious like that, but, and, you know, just for us, speaking for us.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you know, it could be frustrating. You're going to go through times like that, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to go through times like this, like, many more. But...
And you know what? They're going to get harder and tougher as we get older. It's just, again, learning how to control your mind, how to balance things, how to accept them, and how to move on and get over it. And it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm not... Is that a raccoon?
It's so cute.
It's like squirrel. But
your
headlights out, buddy.
I think he's looking for food.
I have a michelada. So yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I feel like it was important to make this video because this was something that I had never thought about before, just until recently. And I just figured that a lot of people probably could relate. It's not that you don't like being alone, you just don't like being with yourself.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to love being alone because you're your own company. If you say I hate being alone, well, you're with you. So what is that saying about you?
You gotta love yourself.
So if you say I love being alone, well then that to me shows that you're content with yourself. Because you are your own company. So if you love being alone, then that you love yourself. If you hate being alone, then you hate yourself. And we're all human. We make mistakes. We're not perfect. We can let our mind control us at times. And I think that's just something that's gonna happen. But I think that we need to be aware of that and try to do our best to control it.
Yeah.
And, you know, to be at peace with ourselves and to be at peace with our mind. Yeah, exactly. What you said, mental health is very, very,
honestly,
very important.
It's if you don't, I mean, think about it. If you don't have if you're not mentally stable and
then everything else is unstable.
Nothing in your life is stable, and that's a fact. And I think also another reason why it's important for us to make this right now is I feel like there's a lot of people around me, and you probably notice it too around people that are around you. There's a lot of people right now that I feel like are unhappy or thinking these things. Like just, I mean, everyone. I'm talking friends, co-workers, family, people online. Like it's very rare for me to see somebody that's happy right now.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Like genuinely happy. Like I love my job.
Exactly. Oh, I have a nice family.
Yeah.
And there's those people, and I do see them, and I love seeing those because it gives me hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it sucks that everyone close to me, around me, and myself aren't really at the best. And that's why, you know, I'm glad that like you brought this up and are mentioning it, because I want to talk about it. And I feel like people are scared or embarrassed to talk about things like this, and it shouldn't be that way at all. No. And me and her talk about all day, every day. We'll be texting, oh my God, this, thinking this. She'll text me horrible thoughts. I'll text her horrible thoughts, things that go through. But get through it together, you know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid to talk about it. Record a video of yourself and talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? It's getting it out. That's one thing about mental health. It's getting it out.
Yeah.
Whether you write it, sing it, whatever it is, just you have to express yourself.
And don't think that because like there's people who, how can I say this? Like I'll just say depression. So when somebody thinks of depression, they think of somebody like just locked up in their room, doesn't want to come out, just alone, you know, in the bathroom, crying, cutting themselves. That could, yes, there's people who are like that. But then there's people who look like us. That are laughing.
And you would never know.
That are smiling, that are talking, conversating with people. And that's how depression can look as well. So don't think that because you're not as bad as somebody else, just because you don't. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
No. You're saying like
don't think that because you're not in a hospital or you're not taking pills or doing this because of your depression. Because the way that you're feeling. Don't think that
it's not that serious.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like or like pretty much don't compare yourself to anybody.
I wouldn't.
Don't compare yourself to anyone for anything. For and that's a whole other video of comparing. I mean, I'm guilty of comparing my life to people online, and I literally have to stop myself. And you can't compare yourself to everyone else. You can't compare your problems. I can't compare my problems to her problems. She can't compare hers to mine. It's different. Everybody's different. Every single buddy. It doesn't matter. But yeah, man. Mental health.
Mental fucking health.
It's crazy. Like a year
Very
ago,
crucial.
I mean, I wasn't. Yeah, I was. We're always about feelings and vibes and stuff like that. But, and I said it at the beginning of this year. I said this year is going to be a lot of self-realization. I said that so many times. Yeah, this is a crazy year. And like I said again, everyone around me, I'm noticing. Just it's problems here, or someone's sick, or this and that. Life's crazy.
It really is.
It's pretty nuts, but
and I'm just thinking, like, I would have never, if I didn't have this job, I would have never like been forced to see this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, probably I probably would have, but just in a different way.
Yeah.
But
because you
just being at work,
because you've always I don't want to say you've always been crazy, but you've always had
what the fuck?
you've always been like just think about like last year, and like just how like different things were, and like what you were going through in those times. And you were definitely, in your mind, in your thoughts, and saying all these things just differently.
Yeah.
Now, you're at a different time in your life, so you're seeing and you're noticing it differently. You're going through another level of something.
Yeah.
You got over that, and now you're dealing with this, and it just means that you're growing. We're growing, we're progressing, and we're noticing and we're realizing, and that's the major thing to me. If you're realizing and noticing,
that's the start. Realization is the start.
And attacking it, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. That's the start. That's the start, because honestly, I could probably say 85% of people just deny and run away back to being alone. You know what I mean? So,
or you run back to situations like
yeah.
Like, I know, like I won't say any names, but I know like people who just run back to people, situations, because they don't know, not even comfortability, just because they don't want to be alone.
Right, but they're like comfortable with that. You know what I mean?
And they're
like
comfortable.
Not only is it like,
because it's more like, well, I would rather be with this person because maybe they give me this much happiness.
Right.
Instead of learning how to give myself
that
like
happiness.
A lifetime of happiness. You know,
Exactly.
I can't do it on my own, so I'll just take this person's little version of it.
Right.
Because it's better than what I could do.
Right.
You don't want to be that person, I don't think.
Nope.
I don't think so.
But yeah. So let us know. I mean, let us know about what you think
about this whole
situation. Yeah, like why do you think people not like to be alone? Why? Maybe you're one of these people. Tell us why. Do you think maybe there's no right or wrong? This is just our opinions. Anything we said, religion, anything, it's literally ours. Can't speak for anybody. I can give opinion on and maybe help on maybe how to help in those situations or whatnot, but don't take anything out of context.
And if you guys maybe are just like, if you need help or you want advice on things to do just so you're not so much in your head, or you know, I want to learn how to calm and quiet it down, your minds. I mean, we have ways, and it's not, it could be meditation, it could be prayer, it could be just writing your own mantra and just repeating that to yourself. Or it could be going outside and just sitting by yourself. Yeah,
read a freaking self-help book. Read a book that is one of those books that makes you think about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't read a book that's about somebody else's life or someone else's story. Read a book that's gonna make you think about yourself and make you.
It's always gonna reflect.
It's gonna reflect back to you, and not compare. Don't compare. It's reflect on your life, reflect on your future, forget the past. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let us know. Talk to us. We here.
No.
What should we talk about next? We can talk for days. We can't shut up, honestly.
Yeah.
This video could go on for 2 hours. Like, we've been there.
It really, really
We've
could.
recorded so many videos of us just rambling and didn't upload it because it's so much, and it's like too. It's almost not that it's boring, but it's so good that I can't cut anything. So we just never uploaded stuff.
But that might just change.
Yeah, just say F it all. If it's an hour long, it's an hour long.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, dude.
Hey, if you'll sit there and watch it, shit. I've watched hour videos before.
No, really. I mean, you know, if you connect with a YouTuber or a person and you're connecting with what they're saying, that's awesome. So if you feel like maybe what we said today connected with you, literally let us know. We are so down to do more. Just talking about real stuff.
And
we said this in our first video ever. We were like, we just want to talk about what's real.
Yeah, straight up, I don't want to have to do some clickbait photo shit for you to click on my video or have some crazy ass title for you to click on it. No, that's not what I'm about. That's not what I want to do. And I understand that that's how YouTube is nowadays. But I'm not trying to trick you into liking my stuff.
We're not trying to make money on YouTube anyways, so...
Nah.
You know what I mean?
You know, you have to realize, like, you know, what's the motive? If the motive for you to do something is money, then it's not what you want to do.
Always do what you love.
If it's something that you love, you're going to do it regardless if you're getting paid or not.
Do what you love and the money will follow.
Exactly. Just have fun with whatever you're doing and the money will come. But if I'm sitting here and my goal is I want to make money from YouTube, well, yeah, I'm gonna do all that shit that those other people are doing, and I'm gonna have some crazy picture with a knife. I'm trying to kill my cousin.
Exactly. No, we could be easily there. I mean? Like
but that's not what I want to do.
We were definitely easily on that track of going, that route, and then we took
a step back for sure.
We took a fucking leap back, and we were like, you know what?
We're like, no, we don't want to do this.
We're just so, and I don't want to sound like every other bitch, but we're some real people. Like I don't want to be like everybody else. Like I don't want to look like everybody else. I don't want to sound like I am Shelby, and this is Cassie, and that's it. We're not like anybody else. I'm not trying to copy anyone. I'm not trying to. I just like to express myself. She likes to express herself. We have different kinds of creativity. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I sound like every other bitch. I'm different. But no.
I'm different.
I just want to be true to ourselves.
Yeah. And we don't want to, like I said, we don't want to trick you guys into watching something because we want your view. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not trying to get you to click on the video just to click on it. Like,
yeah.
I really want you to watch it and connect. And if you don't leave any mean comments, anything mean. Don't be rude to anybody on here. Like, just get out of there and move on and find what you like. Like, you don't have to be rude.
Yep.
All right, well, I think that's it.
Yeah,
my Michelin list almost out.
Really? Mine's is like not even half.
Fine.
Oh, wow.
You crazy.
All right, well, that was our video. I hope I didn't sound like a dumbass in the beginning. I swear, if you were to read the paper that I wrote, dude, when I write, not even to sound cocky, but I sound like a motherfucking genius. But then when I try to talk, I'm
sound
like,
like
I feel
Edgar
like a
Allan Poe. This girl really is a great writer. I mean, songs on songs on songs. I mean, Cassie writes off the top of her head, like on anything, and can rhyme and can it. No, when it comes to writing, I'll leave it to her. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna end this video. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Again, let us know what you want to hear. Let us know if you like these type of videos.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Or
I don't know if we
if
were
you
all
have
over the place.
a-
I don't feel like we were.
If you have a topic that you want us to talk about,
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know.
We will definitely.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll give you what's real. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being loyal.
yeah, I really hope you like this video. I promise I'll try to sound a little more educated when I speak.
Let's go read some books, girl.
Seriously. Let's go read some more books.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Peace.
See ya. Peace out.
See ya.